Show. It's the Barbara Show. Coming your way with a smile today. Down the humorous path with a lark and a laugh. It's the Barbara Show. The Barbara Show. Welcome to Humorous Adventures with Barbara.
Well, welcome everyone to the Humorous Adventures with Barbara. Today I'm going to be talking about, believe it or not, my cookbook. I never thought I would write a cookbook or whether people were even interested in what I would be eating, but amazingly they are. So I decided I might as well have a cookbook ready when I go on my book tour or, go on the circuit for my talk show interviews. And I'm going to give away the cookbook. You know why? I'm going to give away the cookbook because no one would cook like me. So it's free. Now, I don't want to give a lot of it away right now, but I'll just try to make you a little bit interested. So the thing is, these are the only things you need to cook the way I cook. You need a George Foreman grill. And if you're unfamiliar with the George Foreman grill, the reason why I like it is it's a grill, yay big. You can get it different sizes. And it's on a slant, and it's non-stick. So you can put steak, chicken, turkey, and as it's cooking, all the grease drops into a little pan down below. So really, you're eating lean meat, which that's the way I like it. I don't like any fat on my meat. I even cut all the fat off before I even start cooking. I want it lean and mean. Now, the other thing is I need a microwave because a lot of things that I'll buy are frozen, and if they're frozen, I could put mass quantities in the freezer, so that food is always available to me, and I'll share some recipes. You need a huge salad bowl. When I was looking for the ultimate huge salad bowl with a friend, he had said to me, "What are you looking for, a trough?" Because I want it really big, and I did find one. And then you need a chopping block to chop your vegetables and a big set of really sharp knives. I'm really afraid of knives. I'm always very careful. I do not do that quick chopping like you might see on all these cooking shows because I'm afraid I might lose some digits. But anyway, I do have a system. So I do have an oven in my house. However, I probably never turned it on. Maybe I turned it on once. So I use it more as a counter. However, I was traveling one time and I was in Australia of all places, and I thought I left my oven on. And why I would think I left my oven on, I have no idea because like I said, I never turn it on. But I was living in a high-rise building with an apartment manager at the time, and I literally called him from Australia to make sure, to go into my apartment and make sure the oven isn't on. Even before I leave my house every day, to this day, I look at the oven and I make sure everything's off. Why would it be on? I don't know. I have an ADD thing going on with the oven. Maybe I put the burner on a few times to make soup, but one time, because I use it so much as a counter and I was cleaning and I used some cleaning things and I turned the oven on, the burner, to make soup, and the flame came up because of the chemicals on the burner. Luckily, I had a pot of iced tea next to me so I could pour it on the burner. Now, yes, I did have a fire extinguisher, but, it was underneath the cupboard. The iced tea worked very well. I'm going to be giving you tips, so, pay attention. So, as I said, I am making a cookbook, and I'll just pique your interest with some of the recipes. So first off, when you go shopping, you buy mass quantities. I hate to shop. So even produce, you can buy a lot of mass quantities. And I'll just show you a picture of my refrigerator Here you go. Here are some of the vegetables that you can buy mass quantities that could really last almost 2 weeks. Bok choy, onions, cabbage, have a pretty good shelf life. And then also condiments. I mean, things you like. They're not going to go bad. Here's a picture of my pantry closet with all my condiments. When I first moved into my place that I live in now, my brother helped me move in. And when I had put all the condiments in, he opened up the pantry closet and a laugh came deep down from his belly. He laughed so hard when he saw this picture because it looks like you're in a grocery store because I'm anal about this. I have all my mustards lined up and, all my tuna fish cans lined up because, you can't have enough tuna fish. You want these things at your disposal at all times. So, recipe number 1, salad. Now, you might look at me and think, no, she's not a health nut, but I try to eat organic whenever possible. So, first recipe, you take an onion, put it on your cutting board, chop, 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 dump it in. Then you take a large bok choy. You rinse it off, you cut off the bottom, rinse. You don't even need the cutting board for this. Because you have such a big salad bowl, you take the whole bunch of bok choy once you cut the bottom off, and now you can chop the bok choy inside the bowl. No need to go from the cutting board to the bowl. Then you might take some spinach, I love portobello mushrooms. You take some portobello mushrooms, and then, ad lib with the vegetables that maybe you like. Then you take some apple cider vinegar, you take some minced garlic, and then you squeeze in some stone ground with horseradish mustard. Then I take the bowl, it has to be microwave ready. You put the bowl into the microwave and you nuke it. And then all the juices from what I just put in there with the vegetables makes its own salad dressing. So basically, it's more calories to eat, so I'm actually losing weight when I eat that salad. Now, let's go to recipe number 2. I talked about getting things frozen, ready to go. I buy these 3-pound bags of shrimp cooked with tails off. It's already ready. I open up the bag, dump it in a microwave-ready bowl, and you nuke it for 11 minutes. Then you strain it. Now, while, you just strain out the shrimp, you put it inside a bowl, still in the strainer, why have to wash things that you don't need really, because the strainer's in the bowl. Any excess water will go in the bowl. You take a bottle of Chipotle hot sauce, and now you move to the TV where, I always like to be comfortable when I'm eating. So I'm eating shrimp with the Chipotle hot sauce, and you know what? I might be crying while I'm doing this, but I'm loving every minute of it. Okay, I'm still sharing some more recipes. Now, I heard that turmeric was an appetite suppressant, so I decided to make turmeric turkey. The way I do this, so the turkey's already cooked. You've cooked it in the George Foreman. It's ready to go. Now you slice it. Even though the turkey's cooked, you make these thin slices and you put it on a microwave-ready plate. And then you kind of pour turmeric all over it. So you bring your turmeric turkey, and I like it crispy, right? So it's really good. So you bring it over to the sofa. Now, thing is, when you're on a sofa, a leather sofa, you don't want to put a hot plate on your leather sofa. So you take an Afghan and you roll the Afghan up in a ball, and then you put the plate, you balance the plate on the Afghan, and you're ready to go watch TV, eating your dinner. Well, remember, don't forget your drink, because if you balance your plate on the Afghan just so, and you forget that you wanted iced tea or water, because it happened to me. I had the whole plate balanced, and I said, oh, I need some water. So I get up, And as I got up out of the corner of my eye, I could see, it was almost like in slow motion, that my plate of turmeric got off balance off the Afghan and flipped on my beige rug. Now, let me just tell you, you can't get turmeric out. That stain, you can't get out. I tried, believe me. I picked up the plate, I tried all these stain removers, and it just got yellower and yellower. And I got so upset that I took Clorox bleach and I put it all over the stain. Yeah, I got the stain up. Then I had a big circle of white on my beige rug. So I had to think about it, and I went to a store and I got a really pretty throw rug to put over the stain. And you know, I really love that throw rug, but I would have never had a throw rug in front of my sofa if not for the turmeric accident. So just be careful about that recipe. One time I made steak tips on my George Foreman, and I like to not only get all the fat off, but grill them till they're, you know, pretty much well done. And because I do most of my cooking of the meats over the weekend, you know, I could just pull it out of the refrigerator and dress it up as I want to, so I don't have to waste my time cooking, you know, when I get home. Because, all right, here's another thing about me. I don't eat breakfast, I don't eat lunch. I eat one meal a day, and that's dinner, but boy, do I eat. I'm kind of like a snake that would swallow a rabbit. And that's why once I'm home, I want to wear real comfortable things, you know, no buttons, no zippers, because my stomach will be like this. And then it takes the course of a whole day before I'm hungry again. Anyway, I had my steak tips in the refrigerator one time, and my boyfriend was upstairs looking for something to eat, and he thought it was a plate of brownies. So he's yelling to me downstairs, "Oh, hey, thanks for the brownies." And I'm yelling up, "It's not brownies," but it was a little too late. Now, one more recipe would be dessert. You know, you take a watermelon, you cut it in half, you put it on a plate, get a spoon, enjoy. Or popcorn. You get a hot air blower and you put the popcorn kernels in and you blow the popcorn. You don't put butter on it or anything. It's just you can sprinkle some Parmesan cheese. But when you're eating it, because the Parmesan cheese doesn't stick to the popcorn, make sure you've got a big bib or a big paper towel, because you're going to get a lot of Parmesan cheese all over you, so you don't want to be too messy. So I just want to say, just to give you all the tips that I possibly can, that also too, you can never drink too much tea. And I'll just show you, you know, I just like to buy tea on sale as much as possible, the flavored tea, because it's a good filler. It's a good filler. It'll fill you up, no calories. And then sometimes my motto is, you could take somebody out for dinner or lunch, but hopefully they order the same thing you do. So if they don't finish it, you can finish it for them. I just want to say thank you again for joining me on the Humorous Adventures with Barbara.
It's the Barbara Show. It's the Barbara Show. Coming your way with a smile today. Down the humorous path with a lark and a laugh. It's the Barbara Show. The